Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we will be learning how to enable server and browser caching for your WordPress website through a plugin called W3 Total Cache. This is a free plugin. You can go to the plugin library and start installing it right away. Search for W3 Total Cache and then install it. After the installation, activate the plugin. Next, we can go to the Install Plugin section and we can see that W3 Total Cache has been activated. We can click on Settings directly, or we can go to the Performance section, which is newly added to our sidebar. Go to that and then select Dashboard. Now we can go to the General Settings. Then we will be able to see all the cache settings. Let's start configuring from the beginning. W3 Total Cache is a very advanced plugin. We can do a lot of customizations in it for the cache process. In this tutorial, we will be seeing how to do the basic customizations which can be done by anyone. So let's start the customization from top to bottom. First, we can see that the page cache has been enabled. On the top, we can see preview mode. If we enable preview mode, we can stop the cache process. This is really helpful when we are editing our site. Because when we are editing our sites, we need to preview our changes in real time without any caching. Page cache is the normal cache formed when the site pages are loaded. Next, under the page cache method, we can select whether the mode will be basic, enhanced or opcode. Some modes are not shown in the list as it changes from the servers to web host that we use. Some web hosts support these modes while some don't. Because we are using a shared host, we will be selecting the enhanced mode. The performance of the enhanced mode is better than the basic mode. If you are using a dedicated or virtual server or multiple servers, you can choose an even more powerful mode. As we are using a shared hosting, the best option is the enhanced mode. We can save our settings individually for each section, or we can do save all settings finally after configuring all settings. Next, we have Minify. After enabling this, HTML, CSS and JavaScript become minified. It is enabled by default. We can change the Minify mode to auto or manual. We recommend keeping it auto. In Minify cache method, we can see that we have a disk as the only method for our server. Although we can see opcode as an option too, we don't have to select it as we are using a shared server. Also, by using opcode, it might cause some performance issues, even cause a site breakdown. HTML minifier can be kept as the default selected minify. We recommend you to keep all default settings as it is. Next, we can go to the database cache. We can enable database cache, but W3 Total Cache recommends us to choose disk if we are enabling it. Because if we are selected any other method, it can cause problems and it may corrupt databases or may impact the site performance. Moving on to the object cache. We can enable it and select disk as the object cache method as there isn't enhanced mode in the options. We can see that the browser cache has been already enabled as well. Browser cache is the set of rules designing caching on user's browser. By enabling it, browser caching will proceed. We can enable CDN as well. CDN means Content Delivery Network. If we are going to use a custom CDN, you can pick it from CDN types. Next, we have user experience. Under this, we can see the lazy load images option. Through this option, only when a user scrolls down the website, the images will be loading, so that our website can load faster. It's enabled by default, so let's keep it that way. Disable emoji and disable embed script has been enabled by default as well. If there is a high usage of emojis within the site, there will be a big space taken up. Also, emojis might not work on all devices, resulting in a bad user experience. It is the same with embed script. By disabling WP embed script, we can stop large file downloads. These are the basic configurations to be made. We can go to the bottom of the page and click on Save All Settings, where all the settings made above will be saved. We can see that all our configurations are saved as we want them. This is how we do the basic configurations in W3 Total Cache. There are many more things you can do from W3 Cache. As an example, in Page Cache, we can individually cache pages or posts. Also, through Minify, we can decide on the minification options. And there are several caching options and other advanced options as well. If you want to know more about those things, please let us know in the comment section so we can discuss them in a separate video. This is how we enable server and browser caching for your WordPress website.